Beth Larson says, how do you manage to look so good every time you hop in your plane? That's very kind of you, Beth. The reason I look so good compared to how I normally look is that's about as happy as I get. So if it looks like I'm having a good time or smiling or, anytime I'm in a plane or talking about a plane, it's because this is me at my most happy. This is me at my most me. This is as me as I get. You look at I was watching the footage from that GoPro, the rear-facing GoPro, and I couldn't believe, I've never seen that much teeth on me. I was like, man, those are big teeth, those new teeth of yours. You've had them for 2 years now. Those are big teeth. I've never seen that much teeth. I could do 1,000 Stratosphere Lounges and not see as much teeth as I saw 3 minutes in that Johnny Quest thing, which I might just run again just for giggles. Some people have come in recently. You know what? I'm going to do it again. I don't care. It's my show. I can do whatever I want to. I'm going to run the Johnny Quest thing again. You want to see, because we were talking about the romance of flying and the emotion of it, coming off of Larry's question and Beth's question. I'm going to play this again, and this time, instead of looking at the window, just get a look at the face of yours truly here, because as we play it for a second time, another thing to notice, by the way, is we are way out in the middle of nowhere. We are miles away from the nearest person, vehicle, or structure, but we're low. We're probably, 100 feet, 150, 200 feet, and we are moving. We're 300-400 miles an hour, and it's a rush. But if you look at my face when I'm looking at the ground rushing by, I'm just as calm as can be. It's like, did I leave the gas on at the house? Did I lock the door? I'm not sure. No sense of fear, no sense of anything. But especially the first time we went down there, because this video is from like the first part of the flight. You watch it again, it's just elation. It's just elation. And towards the end of this thing, you watch when we do that roll. I've done rolls before. It's not like I've never been in this experience before, and it's not like surprise. It's just like, okay. For the next 6 seconds, I'm going to get to be the real me. You watch that expression when we're going through the roll. It's not like this kind of like, wow. Although there's a little of that, I guess. It's kind of like, oh, I'm upside down and weightless. This is the way I'm supposed to be. So it's more of a back home kind of a sense. So I'll play it one more time just so I like it. I want to see it again anyway. So so here's the Johnny Quest L39 ride taken last week, and let's roll it, Chimpy. Yeah, that's a happy camper right there. That's a happy camper doing what he's always wanted to do, and doing it in the company of somebody extremely skilled, extremely careful. I had total complete, trust in this guy. And, I guess this probably just bears saying one more time here. Just so people know, it's not like it's not dangerous. It is on some level. You are moving at 350, 400 miles an hour, and you're, 100 feet off the ground. And if this guy makes a minor mistake and pushes that stick forward, that's pretty much the end of it. That's all over. But he's not going to make that kind of mistake because he knows what he's doing, and he's been trained, and he likes it, and he's like, and by the way, if I feel that plane going over, I got a stick in the back too. So I just want to have this said, because this affects much more than flying for me. It's okay, you know. It's really okay. Everybody's got to go sometime, and that would not be a bad way to do it. And the point I'm trying to make is not like, gee whiz, it's okay. You know, I go out there I'm chasing this thriller, living on the edge of death. You know, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't the slightest bit afraid. I wasn't the slightest bit worried. Not at all. I had a total confidence in the airplane, a total confidence in the pilot. But the point I'm trying to make is, when you have enough of these experiences, it changes the way you feel about life and death. And I remember this. This is probably the most important lesson I got from flying. It had nothing to do with the flying, really. I'm sure I told this story before, but when I was a glider pilot, I soloed in 7 hours, and I probably had 9 or 10 hours, and I was in a little glider. It's like a bathtub with wings, and we were flying along the desert, and the air was rising and condensing, and off to my left wing there's inverted waterfall of mist. It was waterfall going up. You could dip your wing in there, and you'd go up with it. And I found myself over the San Gabriel Mountains, covered in snow, and I could see the Pacific Ocean 50, 60 miles away, glittering as the sun was setting, and there was a deck above me, and there was a cloud layer below me, broken cloud layer, and it was gold and pink in there, and it was like a Hallmark card. It was in the ray. It was like being in Valhalla. It was just these rays coming from the sun, golden above me, golden below me, ocean in the distance, snow-capped mountains below, and I had just learned how to fly, and here I am by myself, without an engine, at 11,000 feet. I'd started at 2,000 feet, and it was like a diamond bullet. It was a diamond bullet right here. It was like this idea, this thought came to me fully formed, that if I die now, that's okay. And I don't mean in the airplane. I mean, if I go through a grill of a truck on Pear Blossom Highway, which is a really deadly road to get out there, okay, I did this. You know, I did this. Millions and millions, hundreds of millions, billions of people wanted to do this over the course of the time we've been humans, and I'm doing it, and it's okay. You know, if you worked hard enough to have achieved this, and smart enough to have done it with, you know, on your own, not just on your own in terms of learning the flying, but on your own in terms of the finances too, because I mean, I was working in the desert. It was 120 degrees, and I'm raking rocks in the desert for a year to find the, you know, paid me $50 a day plus flight time, and all of that wasn't lost on me. And it's like, I don't care about anything. I don't care about living or dying anymore. That was the first moment that I actually developed some real courage. I don't know how to explain this exactly. I don't know if anybody else has a similar experience, but the fact of the matter is, after that day, I felt like I had done something worthwhile with my life. And I've had peak experiences since then, many of them. But every now and then I'll do something like that, and I'll just say, okay, this, you didn't throw away this chance that you were given on this world. And when you get to this place, this is a part that's got nothing to do with flying at all. When you get to the place where you can say, I did something with my life that has meaning to me, then it's kind of okay if you check out. It's not like I'm looking forward to it. I'm not in any hurry to do it. I don't put myself in a situation where it's dangerous. On the contrary, I buy a parachute, I have self-defense classes, and I'm armed. Because I like to be around for a long time. I'd like to die as the world's oldest pilot. But when you have reached, I think so much of the fear of dying comes from a fear of leaving before you had a chance to do anything. And the more things that I do, the less fearful I become. And I had spent, up into my 30s, really quite frightened. You know, in my 20s, I was just sure I was dying of cancer. I was sure I was dying of something. I was just terrified, you know. And the flying experience gave me the courage to do all the political stuff, and all this stuff that you know me for happened, you know, 15, 20 years after I first learned how to fly. And it was that moment up there in that little tiny glider over the San Gabriel Mountains. That was the day I stopped being afraid of anything, because I did what I did. And I was so proud of it and so happy. And so you saw the expression there, right? When you've had that experience, okay, it's worth it. You got your money's worth. And I expect to get more of my money's worth. Not too many to go here. In fact, just 3.